CDC APRO Maximus.
Proposed by Samson.
Yeah, anyway, standing order hasn't come, so I would like to pass the floor to Moises to do roll call if you're ready. Scrutiny, please. Parliamentary system, chairing scheme. Oh wait, let's just check one by one. Life system.
Service fine. Johnny, you good with the extension?
Life system, okay?
Already live.
Okay, already live. Good, thank you. Yes, scrutineers. We have 2 scrutineers available. Alright, passing the floor to Moises to roll call.
Can you record my last roll call?
Oh, the last. Oh, yeah.
No, there will be the last roll call before we end.
Okay. Sorry, I ran for the position just to do roll call.
Let us do the roll call. We have NAPS Australia, MAPS India, ISMA Farsi Indonesia, APS Japan, MyPSA Malaysia, and SAPSA New Zealand, FJC Philippines, KNAPS Republic of Korea, PPHSF Pakistan delegated a vote to KNAPS Republic of Korea, and USPS Singapore, PISAT Thailand. Now for the members in association, BDPSC Brunei Darussalam, IPSF India, BMFUY Indonesia, BMF Union Indonesia, BMCare for UPAD Indonesia, BMCare for UGIAM Indonesia, BMF USD Indonesia, HMF APITB Indonesia, EUOPMSU Myanmar, APSA New Zealand, UFA Philippines, PSA Taiwan. This is important. Strength of the House is 11. Simple majority will be 6. 2/3 of the vote will be 8. Full members present in this room, 10. Members in association will be 12. Now I'm passing. Now I'm passing the floor back to Mancheri.
Thank you for the floor. Maybe say something?
Oh, very different from me. Very quiet.
Want to say hi? Alright, we have a shadow chair today. So first of all, I would like to, since we all have a procedural motion, since we all have a voting card,
Can you please raise the voting cards?
raise the voting card, please. It's such a privilege to have a shadow chair next year. He's judging with us so much. Alright, now we are resuming the standing orders. Do we have a proposal? FJCPPHI Philippines. I'm going to give Kenneth Republic of Korea, seconded. Opening the floor for discussion. I see none. Closing the floor for discussion. Full members voting for. Against? This motion passed unanimously. Now the standing order is resumed. Next, we are proceeding with the following motions of the election.
Procedural.
Procedural by NZAPSO New Zealand.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Naomi Action from New Zealand. I would like to raise a procedural motion to reopen, to revisit, the motion on which we passed the report of our NPO. Thank you.
We need a seconder. Second by Matt Cynthia. Now we are opening the floor for discussion. Points of information.
Just a point of information, in order to revisit a motion, we need 2/3 of the vote. We need 8 votes from the full members to revisit this motion. Thank you.
Confirming with everyone that NZAPSO New Zealand has proposed the procedural motion to revisit the motion passed by the RPO report. We have had a proposal from NZAPSO New Zealand. Now we need a seconder. Map Cynthia? The voting will be later on. So now we are opening the floor for discussion. If there's any discussion regarding revisiting the motion. New comment from FGCP Asia Philippines. Scrutiny, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, for the floor. Josh from FGCP Asia Philippines. I think the reasoning for wanting to reopen the motion is because the way the RPO answered is like all her answers were only we're planning to, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, which should not be her answer, since this should be the end of managed report for the RPO. So what she should be presenting is already the finished projects and what she has done, not the plans that she still has, because this we've already elected the new RPO, and she still has a lot of unfinished projects which I think should not be accepted, especially since her man is already ending. She should be focusing now on transitioning to the next RPO and not doing more projects. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Now let's proceed with the next new comment from NZAPSO New Zealand.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Naomi Action from New Zealand. I propose this procedural motion because, firstly, I agree with Joshua. It seems like she has not finished a majority of her projects and also the things that she proposed in both of her nominations. And I would also like to for us to all discuss it more and then all share our own opinions as well.
Thank you for your comment. Do we have any other comments or direct comments to revisit the motion passed on the RPO report? I have a direct comment from BMFF Unier.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. You'll government of Indonesia. I would like to remind the Assembly that we have Gala Night on 6 p.m. and closing ceremony at.
Point of information: the closing ceremony is tailored for official delegates and regular delegates, which means closing ceremony can happen or not depending on the election. But the closing ceremony, just to give you a point of information, that it's the way for us to express our gratitude. So if you accept it, regardless. So the gala night will be the one happening at 6 p.m.
Passing the floor back to the Chair.
Thank you so much for the reminder of the gala night, very important event. So now I would like to ask if there's any new comment. I see none. Now we're proceeding, closing the discussion. We have the full members of those voting for revisiting the motion passed, accept and adopt the annual report of the regional media and publication officers. To revisit again, please raise your voting card. you good? Against? Now we have 10/1. This motion carried by simple majority. We are revisiting the annual report of the RMPO. Now, can we have the RMPO on Zoom, please? Just checking if the Novena is in the room. Currently, we do not. Currently, we do not have Novena within the room as the motion has just been proposed. However, we could. We are calling her right now. So, just want to ask if you would like the presentation to be open again, or just would be opening to the open discussion. Open discussion. Can I have a room with the motion cards, if it would be okay, to direct the questions to RWG first? Next, please. All right, thank you. Then we will open the floor for discussion to direct the questions to RWG remaining in the room. Parliamentary system, for those of you who would like to submit the speaker card. We have new comments from Insat from New Zealand. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I am Enoch from New Zealand. I would like to direct this question to the RWG, and if you can just explain more on any missed deadlines or anything that was not completed by the RMPO. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Now let's ask if any RWG has the direct answers. I would like to pass the floor. We have a direct from Mr. John Moses Cara, Secretary. The floor is yours.
Moses Cara, IPSF Secretary. So technically, Secretary, we just had one project that was the policy and advocacy competition. So I submitted my RMPO proposal to Novena to the RMPO to post about the call for registration. I had to follow her up again before we actually got the poster, and it was only an hour before the supposed posting that she submitted to me the final draft of it. And then when it comes to like the other stuff like the speaker poster, she submitted it on time. But I also requested a certificate from the participants as well as the winners. But unfortunately, the deadline is already passed and still don't have the certificates with me. But that's the only project we had, and that's my value. That's the objective thing I could say. Thank you. Now I'm passing the floor back to my chair.
Thank you for your comment. Now let's ask if any other RWG has a direct comment. We have direct comment from regional relation officers. Penny, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm the Regional Relations Officer from my side of projects. Currently, I haven't been receiving several of my projects, including the Alumni Spotlight, the previous City of Bangkok I was questioning during my report. That's one. The second one is something that Ms. Ryan, the upcoming RMPO has mentioned previously as well. It's the APRO Spotlight, APRO Prospectus, which was started during the first month of my mandate and up until now. Currently, I haven't been receiving it, and as of now, there's several other projects that we could finally end up finding ways to go around it. So that's it. Giving the floor back to Ms. Chairperson.
Thank you for your answers. Do we have any direct from RWG? We have Matthias, our RPO. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. This is Ataya, the RPO. For RPO ourselves, we have submitted a lot of design requests to the RPO team since our project is campaign based, and most of the time, all of the posted materials are posted on time. So we don't have any complaints about posting materials, but we have a bit of difficulty in the certificate wise because our certification up until October for the mental health campaign is not yet being produced up until now, as well as for the regional competitions. So that's all from RPO. Thank you for the time.
Thank you for your answers. Now we have 3 regional working groups answer the questions. I would like to pass the chair to Mr. John Moses Incada.
Moises Carter chairing the assembly. Now we have a new comment. Direct comment from the IPSF APRO chairperson, Mancheri, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor. I would like to raise this as a previous RPO experiences transitioning as well as a chairperson. At the time, the current regional media and publication offices has been the one supporting the upcoming RWG for the work during the time from after APPS, as our previous RPO has also been working on different things, and Novena has been stepping in and making a lot of publications from the previous mandate. So starting from that, there was also work starting from pendings from previous mandates that she was supporting with. However, at the beginning of the year, we do propose that people can have different projects, and we do discuss. RWG spent 6 hours talking about what we are going to do in the upcoming mandate, and the plan was already being proposed to us among us before releasing to you all for the annual plan. And then with this year, if we are talking about the projects that has been reached, we would say that the minimum of the work has been submitted. However, as an RPO, we have a pending certificates from last mandate. The project was done on the 30th of September, and one competitions is still missing of the certificates, which has been 7 months in total after that, and it's been very challenging as a certain member organization really the certificates to be submitted for the award, and they would like to recognize their work. And to me, I believe that certificates are very important to not just show what they have achieved, but also the recognition of their time and their efforts in upcoming. So in that regards, that's all I could say, because this year the chairperson portfolio do not have a lot of projects. However, we do have like certain calls that we have to release. For example, the FBS grant. By the time there was a challenge in communication, so we reached out to the APPS team, and that's the reason why the APPS grant call has been released through the APPS page, not IPSF APRO page. But in that regards, we do have a system where we submitted the RPO proposal, and as been discussed by the other RWG, there would be some missing work in action that can still be done within the mandate, just with the support from the RPO. So thank you so much for the floor. I'd like to pass the floor back to Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Mancheri. Now passing the chair to Mancheri.
Now we have a new comment from FGC Philippines.
Thank you, Ms. Chair, for the floor. Josh from FGC Philippines. I'd like to address the assembly. If anyone here has worked with the current RMPO during her mandate, if you could give a comment on how the work was done, since we saw that there were a lot of delays. If were there problems internally in the subcommittee?
If you could concise the questions and repeat it again, thank you.
So I'd like to ask the assembly if anyone here has worked with the RMPO, if you could explain, if you could give a context on why there were delays in the projects that were there problems internally. Thank you. the subcommittee.
Clarification, I want to ask, you're addressing if the projects were delayed in the RMPO portfolio or the other
Yes.
portfolio?
Since the RPO portfolio receives like requests from the other portfolios, right? So I'd like to ask the assembly if anyone here has worked with her, if there were problems internally, and if that was the cause of the delays. Thank you.
Thank you for your direct comments. I'd like to ask if anyone besides the RWG has been working with the RMPO. We also open the opportunities for the observers to reply. The question was the challenge or the problems that happened occur because of the submission, or has it happened because of the internal management? We have a direct from Canina, a delegate from UFA Philippines.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. My name is Carmina Reyes from UFA Philippines, and I am a part of the Secretary Subcommittee as of this mandate. I would just like to let you know that I've contacted Nabina for 5 times, wherein the first time she has responded, however, she wasn't able to directly answer the question. So in context, I'm currently writing an individual policy paper, so I could need all the help that I could get. And I needed this information regarding some statistics regarding past projects of APRO, and she wasn't able to directly answer it because I focus on precision medicine. However, she was telling me statistics for tobacco. And every time that I was followed up on this deadline to revise this paper, I wasn't able to fully reach this deadline because of the four other times that I followed up on her. There was no reply on one app. So thank you. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you for your direct comments. Now we have observers. Observers 99. Floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. Ryan, observer. So I am currently part of the design subcommittee, and I'm working on the April prospectus book. So actually, the truth is, she had set the deadline, and me and my other member was passed the drafts on time. Yet we didn't have a feedback right away. So we're like, oh, it's near deadline, so what you should say, isn't she responding yet? That's the time I actually reached out to Manch, and Manch told me that she went from a month break. So none of us had any idea that she had a break because some school stops, I believe, and that's why the prospectus book was kind of delayed. But for sure, the drafts are done now. It's just that we just need the contents to finalize it. That will be all on my end. Thank you. Giving the floor back to the chair.
Thank you for your comments. Do we have any direct? Now we have a new comment from UFA Philippines. The floor is yours.
Thank you, floor, for the chair. Thank you, chair, for the floor. Carmina Reyes from UFA Philippines. I also just want to ask the RWG if there were any instances that it was hard to contact her, and if this affected any projects that happened during this mandate. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you for your comments. Anyone? Just to confirm if we have Melvina in the room. Now, there's a procedure motion from Max India.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Max India.
procedural motion to limit the discussion for 10 minutes.
There's a procedural motion from MAPS India to limit this conversation to 10 minutes. This is not a procedural, so it's a proposed. The chair can ask. So I would like to assess the floor. Clarification from New Zealand.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm the National Council of New Zealand. I was just looking for clarification. Are we talking about limiting the open discussion to 10 minutes or this entire motion? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now I'd like to pass the floor to MAPS India for clarification. Alright, okay. We just confirm that if it's a limiting of time, it's a procedural motion. So could MAPS India reply again? Whether 10 minutes for the open discussion for the entire motion?
Open discussion.
Just for the open discussion. We need a seconder in Saxo, New Zealand. Now I'd like to open the floor for discussion. If we extended, if we only limit this motion to only 10 minutes, sorry, the open discussion to only 10 minutes. I see none. Closing the discussion. Now, full members proceeding to voting. All those voting for? Against? This motion passed unanimously. We are now limiting the time to 10 minutes. Starting the clock. We are proceeding with the direct from UFA Philippines. Oh, sorry. We are proceeding with the direct questions to the RWG if it was a challenge in communication. I'm passing the chair to Ms. John Moises Sikara.
Thank you for the chair, Moises, chairing this assembly. Now we have a direct from the chairperson of the regional office, Mancheri first.
Thank you for the floor, Mr. Chair. As a chairperson this year, my job is to facilitate a conversation and following up on each RWG. And first of all, I'd like to say that as a regional working group, we do represent not just IPSF, but also ourselves and also other roles as family, as a person, and also as a pharmacy student within our institution. So I would like to say that it hasn't been time. It has been time that different RWG, including myself, has been having time that we have to take a day off from work. And also most of the time, it's our responsibility to remind our team when we are leaving. And if you have seen that, we also have the official leave on Google Calendar that we reminded all CPs that we were going to be taking a break. At that time, we would be still accepting emails, but we were replying only in the working hours. However, if you ask specifically from the RMPO, personally, I could say that it's been challenging and what is the order?
Links with Motions Committee, just remember to keep it as facts, no personal. Thank you.
May I ask which part was personal? Okay, I have to clarification which part was personal.
Thank you, Mancheri. Now we have a clarification from Mancheri. Clarification.
Just want to ask the motion committee which part was personal, so I can correct it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mancheri. Now we have a clarification to the motions committee.
Things of Motions Committee, the sentence started off with personally speaking, so I just wanted to jump in before there was any personal speaking.
Thank you, motions committee. Mancheri.
Thank you for the clarification. In fact, it's been difficult to reach out to novenas as I could remind you that the past few months after TDC has been postponed, that was the part where it's been, the first TDC has been postponed, it's been difficult to reach out, and I have gave her notice So we did have 3 times of notice if she went missing, and the third time was proposed in May. If the missing would be again within the 15th of May, I'll take some other actions, and afterward, points of order.
Mrs. Carter, Chairperson of the Assembly, I would like to remind everyone to remain professional. So if you are sleepy, you are allowed to go out of this assembly. Thank you.
Thank you for the floor. So after 15th of May, I have been discussing with the RWG regarding what to do with the missing in action. And we decided that we would proceed on with the regional assembly to make a decision on this first. That's why we are waiting for your questions and decision. Thank you for your time. Passing the floor back to Moses.
Now I'm passing the chair to Mancheri.
Thank you. Now I'd like to proceed on to the direct comment from our regional relation officers. Fanny.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Fanny, Regional Relations Officer. Based on my history that I tried contacting her, it was on January 23rd when I asked her to post an emergency post for SEO SAP competition, and then there was February 14th for our MPO PPT presentation, and then there was February 24th, and then there was March 17, March 19, April 2nd, April 3rd, etc. So that's it. I'm giving the floor back to the chair.
Thank you for your answers. Now we have a direct from Mr. Moses Licata, the Secretary.
Thank you for the floor, Mrs. Secretary. So I will be sharing with you the history of our conversation, because actually it's the same date as with the RO. So on March 19, the same date as she replied to the RO, I actually asked Novinov to generate a certificate for a member of GCPG Philippines who was a part of the advocacy competition during the previous mandate. I asked her to generate the certificate since the certificate is needed, but was needed by the member from the Philippines. And then she replied to me saying that she would be doing it. However, I kept on asking her for an update. I even asked her on March 20, still no reply. The next conversation for the certificate was March 29, still no update regarding the certificate. I messaged her March 31, still no update. April 4, no update. April 5, no update. April 7, no update. January 16, no update. That's all from me. I'm passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you for your comment. Could I confirm with the technical team if Lamela will be able to join? Just point of information. If the we do need to ask the motion committee regarding the results if the motion is not accepted, or how would it be proceeded in terms of a report of the RMG not being accepted. Thank you. Passing the floor to the motion committees.
Thank you for the floor to the motions committee. So since we are reconsidering the motion, you are voting to approve or adopt or reject the report itself. In terms of the consequences of accepting or rejecting a report, there is nothing specified for RWG reports. It will be recorded as not accepted, but there will be no other consequences, such as they said there's nothing recognized for the mandate. Thank you.
Thank you for the information. Now we are proceeding with a comment from just to confirm, UFA Philippines has raised a new comment. UFA Philippines, just want to confirm if your new comment has been addressed. Oh, you did, okay. Now we're proceeding on with a new comment from Inzapso New Zealand. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Amy Max from Inzapso New Zealand. I would like to direct this question to the RWG. I was wondering, since Lavina is not here at APPS, how her workload has been distributed more towards you guys, and how you have overcome that loss in manpower. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments, Reggie. Direct comment from regional relation officers. Ma'am, points of orders.
Thanks with Motions Committee, I don't think that would be a factual question. It would be more so on personal experience. Thank you.
Points of orders.
Thank you for the Force to Motions Committee. So to clarify on that comment, the question shouldn't be a leading comment. It's not a fact that her absence has impacted the workload of the RWG in a specific way. So for example, to remain neutral, the question should be worded, what are the implications of her absence on the RWG's workload during APPS? Thank you.
And assess the floor. If you would like to add 10 minutes to this motion. If yes, please read. If no, please read. All of you, we need your opinions. Majority yes. Now we are adding 10 minutes to the conversation. Therefore, I'd like to ask Inzapso New Zealand to rephrase the questions.
Chair for the floor, I'm Amy Max from Inzapso New Zealand. I apologize for the wrong way to this question. It was not intentionally leading. I would like to ask the RWG the implications of Novina's absence to APPS. Thank you.
We have a direct from Mr. John Moises Sikara, the Secretary. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Mrs. Carta, IPSF APRO Secretary. Since in the official document it is mandated that the RNPO is the one who will be in charge of the publications. And for her absence during the LIT and APPS, I was tasked to create the cover and the updates for our social media account. Hope that clarifies. Hope that answers as well. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. Now I would like to pass the floor to the regional relation officers. Floor is yours.
Teacher from the floor, Family Regional Relations Officer. In regards of the RMPO task during the APPS, we have been managing by distributing the task with the RC team as well. So you might saw Jacob a few days ago during the live stream. We are using Ataya's and Bill's laptop as well during the live stream, and we are currently managing her work. Giving the floor back to the chair.
Thank you for your comments. Passing the chair to Mrs. John Moises Sikara.
Moises for the chair in the assembly. Now we have a direct comment from the chairperson of the regional office, Mancheri. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor. I would like to presented that we were supposed to have April merchandise sales at the event, and it hasn't been finalized and produced. Therefore, I apologize for not having the money ready by the time. And the polos that you are seeing right now has been the support of work from Mrs. John Moises Sikara. And also the price has been also decided by Mr. John Moises Dicada, because we do need it urgently. So most of the workloads that has supposed to be by the RMPO has been done by the other people, so that we can streamline our work within the RMG at IPPS. Thank you for the floor.
Thank you, Mancheri. Now we have a new comment from UFA Philippines.
Thank you for the floor, Chair. For Nini Gabriel from UFA Philippines. With this, I would like to ask the RWG, would it be possible for you to list down her exact contributions for LIP and APS this year? Thank you. Passing the floor back to you, Chair.
Thank you, UFA Philippines. Now I'm passing the chair to Mancheri. Mancheri.
Thank you. Passing the chair to Mrs. John Moises Dicada.
Mrs. Kardashian, the Assembly. Now we have a direct comment from the chairperson of the regional office, Mancheri. Mancheri, the floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor. If you've seen the APRO social media, Lavina has been supporting with the AMR forum, releasing the post for our special event happening before. So it was our pre-forum session with GSK, and Lavina has submitted the frame and the stories template for our social media accounts. But because we also have a lot of work to do, therefore when we do not have the person to be in charge of the social media accounts, it's been us delegating a task among each other. Thank you for the floor.
Thank you, Mancheri. Do we have any direct comments? Do we have any direct comments? The question was, can you list down the contributions made by the BINA during LIT and APPS, RPO, IPC, RO? Chairperson already did. That would be all. Now we are opening the floor for any discussion. Anyone who wishes to speak on this matter? None. Now I'm closing the floor for discussion, and we are going to proceed with voting. All those for? All those against? Sorry, we will be redoing. All those for? All those against? All those abstaining? Motion 9, report of the RPO, motion not carried. Now we are proceeding to the next motion, but before that, I would like to pass the chair to Mancheri. Mancheri, the chair is yours.
Thank you. We are now proceeding to motion 60. The 26th IPSF Asian Pacific Regional Assembly elects the following candidate as the regional project officers of the IPSF Asian Pacific Regional Office for 2024-2025 mandate. We do have two candidates this year. One from the MFFA. Hussein. nominee please come to the front? Now we have Putri Maharani. Please come to the front. Do we have chairs? We are adjusting the floor, so please allow us 1 second. The order will be Putri Maharani first, and then followed by Jose. Virginia, if you can have one person standing here and passing the microphone to the nominee. Alright, Putri Maharani, the floor is yours. You have 3 minutes to deliver the speech. Can we have a timer, please? The clock will start once you start.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Putri Maharani from IPSF APRO Indonesia, and I'm nominating myself to be the next regional program officer of IPSF APRO 2024-25 mandate. Making the world a better place is always a quote that I like to be heard and wish to achieve in the future. That sentence may have several meanings and ways to extend further, and I believe that intensifying the realm of global health and pharmaceutical is one of them. Since I was a kid, I always hoped that I could help people. This vision is what brought me to choose pharmacy as my future, and chose to be involved in IPSF when I first discovered it through random stalking in social media during high school national examination. I believe that reaching to help people is not only by learning the institution theoretically, but also to give impact to society and also to the health students organization. That's what brought me to participate in a lot of students' organizations by running as coordinator, and I had in several projects, community services, and other things that I Within my involvement and participation this past 2 years on IPSF APRO, including being the regional project subcommittee, contact person of HL of APITB, and being the delegates to both regional, General Assembly, and also the external delegation from IPSF, I have seen the growth and impactful moments this federation showed to us. Through the journey in my love from the very beginning to fully participate in the 3 portfolios of IPSF, pharmacy education, professional development, and public health, it is without a fact that I have fostered my comprehensive experience by being involved in their numerous activities. My primary mission has been to expand the scope of global health and pharmaceuticals, creating meaningful societal impacts and nurturing students to become the future leaders in this field. Thus, at the moment, I believe the RPO with its activities hold a big role in this milestone. As a center of pharmacy students to express and practice their expertise, I'm proposing my plan, Health Center, where it is like a room full of innovation, collaboration, and focusing within the IPSF APRO goals and WHO objective for all. And also, following by my specific outline, I'm going to bring you an anecdote. Imagine that you're in a running competition. You might have heard to ready, set, and go before the participants start running. This is what I'm planning to. Pharmacy education as a place for our pharmacy students to learn and gain knowledge. I believe it is like as a place for our ready chamber. And also for professional development for the SAT chamber. I believe that after we are learning and gain knowledge, we need to testing ourselves by joining competitions, leadership and training, IPSF APRO hackathon, and other interprofessional kind of projects. And the last one is public health. It is without a fact that we need to also contribute to society, and I believe as a Go Chamber, we need to foster and go to the society to actually implement our stuff. I believe that with the IPSF, we can also we can unite for a better world for all.
Thank you for your presentation. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Jose. The floor is yours. And just to remind everyone before you proceed on with conversation, please accept the floor from the chair and also say thank you once you're done.
Greetings, April Farmer. I am Jose, a nominee for the Regional Projects Officer 2024 and 2025. So if you have participated in this year's PE event, you might have already seen me a lot of times. But if you haven't, please stay with me and I hope that these 2 minutes will help you to know me better. So I started my journey in April in 2022 as a Regional Projects Subcommittee. I worked with Yvette and Chanley, the PH and the PE coordinator. They are super friendly and it really helped me to try a task that I have never ever done before. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to work in the PE portfolio because I was appointed as the replacement PE coordinator to replace Chanley, who had to serve in the military at that time. Yes, I also had the chance to directly work with the RPO, and we were planning to have a scientific conference, but it was replaced with an interregional journal club. So, to be honest, I applied as East Mandate's PE coordinator to finish the scientific conference, and I also wanted to feel a pro-friendly environment once again. And I achieved all of that. I finished the APRO Youth Forum, and I also established relationships with my subcommittees. However, in the process, I also found something else. When preparing for this year's literature competition, all I wanted was a lot of participants. So I created 4 topics to accommodate different interests of students. And it was a success. We had 39 registrants in total, but seeing the evaluation form made me realize that it was never about us, but it is about you guys. I felt really happy to see each participant happily shares how the forum and competition have made their life better. And of course, I also received, the event was far from perfect, and I also received suggestions to improve as well. And that is exactly why I wanted to come back as the next RPO, so I can design an impactful project and I can make everyone, and we can smile together in April as we move forward together to each of our own future. So thank you for the opportunity, and I'm looking forward to talk with you guys.
Thank you for your speech. You may return to the chair. Now let's see scrutineers to be standing by the side as we are proceeding of the open discussion here in front. So we will have 1 scrutineer for questions. Do we have 2 scrutineers in the room? The order will be starting by Putri Maharani first. But first of all, we would like to open the floor for discussion. We now have a new comment from BMFF. Clarification with PSAT Thailand. The direct is at fault as we haven't started the conversation. Direct question draw. Technicals from who? From the TCPJ? From PSAT Thailand? Alright, now it's updated. Thank you for your reminder. Now we have a new comment from BMF USD Indonesia. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. This is Cynthia from BMF USD speaking. First of all, congratulations to Rani and Hosea for the efforts you have made to get to where you are now. And the future project's presentation was very good. Apart from that, I would like to ask, what if one of the APRO competitions held by you in the future as RPO does not reach the participant target or even does not exist at all? For example, in professional development, no one registers for the ISE competition. What will you do as an RPO? Thank you. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you for your comment. We would like to remind the nominees that those who will be speaking will be standing first. So will be Putri Maharani who answer the questions. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Thank you so much, BMF USD Indonesia, for the question. So, with regards to this kind of problems, the first thing that I would like to do is, I think you guys also said that there is a lot of extended registration that we always send. It's actually could also be implemented to this kind of problem. So we could first extend the registration form and to get more participants if there is none people like actually register for this kind of competition. And also to also like would like to like mitigate this first thing if like for the first time, I would like to give like a really good promotion for our competition so that this kind of thing would not be happen because there is none of participant that is registered or something like that. So if I'm gonna be the next RPO, the first thing I would do a really great promotion for this kind of competition. So this problem would not be happen. And if it is happen, then the thing that I would do first is actually, of course, register the extended registration before, and then ask maybe like
Council, thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Jose. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the question. So regarding the lack of participants for competition, I would like to believe in the planning we should have a buffer time so we can do extension, where in the extension time, I think it is a great thing to do to us to reach out for CPs, and since I think that CPs plays an important role to reach out the potential of participants. Thank you. I'll pass the floor back to the chair.
Thank you for your answers. Now I would like to pass the floor to the new comment from PISA Thailand.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Leah from PISA Thailand. First of all, I would like to thank you for both of your representation. And I would like to ask that what strategy do you propose to implement in order to increase pharmacy student access to and engagement with IPSF APRO project in your mandate? Thank you so much. I'm passing the floor to the chair.
Thank you for your comment. Now I pass the floor to Mr. Jose. Or is that clarification? Clarification. Thank you so much. Passing the floor to PISA Thailand to repeat the question again.
Okay, my question is, what strategy do you propose to implement in order to increase pharmacy student access to and engagement with IPSF APRO project in the next mandate, in your mandate?
Thank you for your comment. Confirming with the nominees if you answer the question. Understand? All right, now we're passing the floor to Mr. Jose.
Okay, thank you for the questions. I think that one of the problems that we encountered in RPO throughout the years, we usually have kind of similar of events. So that's why over the years, the participants usually have similar demography. So to increase the participants' involvement in IPSF APRO, I would believe that the solution for that is to be able to design novel projects like novel campaigns and innovative campaign, and also workshops and competition. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Putri Maharani.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Thank you so much, Mr. Thailand, for the question. So my strategy for this kind of question, first thing first, is I would like to, of course, for my plan, I would like to make and also modify a lot of unique kind of projects so that people would like to participate in our kind of projects. Because I believe over the years, even though we have similar kind of competitions, it would be really great if we could maybe modify or add unique kind of things that is different from other years, so that people would like to join for our competition, because it is different. And also the second thing that I would like to do is, of course, to reach out to CPs and also ask for their help in featuring RO, so that we could get them to promote our projects as really well, so that when people would like to register for our competition, so there would not be any problems about our projects. Thank you. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you so much, the nominees. Now we are proceeding with the new comments from Nzapso, New Zealand. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Naomi Nash from IPSF New Zealand. I would just like to ask the nominees if they have any specific ways in which they think that they could increase the amount of participants in their projects, and how they aim to improve on the current techniques implemented in this current mandate. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Putri Maharani to answer the questions.
Chair for the floor. Thank you so much, New Zealand, for the question. So my strategy for this kind of things, I believe that actually for the last mandate, that RPO actually made kind of TikTok contents for that's the plan. That was the plan actually. So I believe that if we could maybe implement it and also talk to the RPO, if we could also make this kind of collaborations promoted by TikTok and also Instagram Reels, I believe there is a lot of kind of approach that we can use to social media, other than only posting infographic or only in the feeds, because I believe it would not be really interesting for our potential participants. Because like I have seen like from my organization as well, we use a lot of like really famous kind of or maybe like a really like viral kind of like videos or something like that. So I think we could use this kind of approach so that, especially that we are maybe like young, so that we probably really like better kind of like a unique kind of publications
Time's up.
approach. So I would do that.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Jose.
Okay, thank you for the question. So when I get it, I have to increase the engagement, and I guess like April is I'm thinking to do a campaign where we can do an online health screening, like for example, like depression or mental health has been well established to have like several questionnaire. So to deliver that in an interactive way, I'm thinking that we could post it on Instagram where every score can be getting a character. So each of the participants in IPSF APRO can view the health screening and then share their results in the Instagram. So it will be like a fear of missing out thing, and so it can be viral. And through that kind of thing, I will believe that it will gain, IPSF APRO will gain more exposure. So the participants will also know future events that might also be interesting for them. Thank you. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to the next new comment from FGCP Asia Philippines. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. For Josh from FGCP Asia Philippines, I'd like to ask, with the recently concluded APRO Focus project, I'd like to ask the two nominees if you guys have any idea about what project specifically you would like to focus on during your mandate if you get elected as the RPO. Thank you, Mr. For the floor.
Thank you for your comment. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Jose. Mr. Jose, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you for the question. So first things first, the thing that I want to focus on for the next mandate is I want to establish workshops. I receive feedbacks from the participants of the literature competition that they feel like the webinar is kind of like one-sided, so it will be better for them to have a two-sided workshop where they can also interactively perform that. And for the APRO Focus project, I was thinking that we can collaborate with, I will be collaborating with all member organization where there will be specific topics like hypertension, diabetes, and more. So each of the member of organization can choose one topic, and we will be collaborating with them to guide their project proposal, and the project itself will be happening on APPS, so it will be like a huge project at the APPS where each of the member of organization will do their projects, and by the end of the APRO Focus project, we will have like hopefully we can publish a journal article on the FIP journal. Thank you.
Thank you for your answers. Now let's pass the floor to Ms. Pruthi Maharani.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Thank you so much, FGCP for this for the question. So my plan for the APRO Focus project is actually like this year is about like AMR. So my plan is going to bring about the immunization agenda 2030 because like actually from my previous event in the 77 WHA, there was a lot of side events talking about vaccination and also immunization. I believe that we could make a really good project about this, starting like making like workshops or panel discussion with all of like professional regarding about the research about the new drugs and new vaccination. It would be really helpful, especially that there is a lot of known diseases that we need to address. And I believe if we could like foster our as a pharmacy students, if we could foster our like knowledge about like research and also like implemented new ways to like making innovation with this would be really great. It would be really great. I also like have already some contacts for this kind of project, so I could contact like KDAC from Korea, IT from also as well as from Korea. So
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to a direct comment from FGCP Philippines. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the floor, Judge and Jacinto from FGCP Philippines. We'd like to ask the candidates as we're talking about the APRO Focus project. We know that there has been a few problems with the past mandates with regards to this project. I would like to ask, what would you do to ensure that you would be able to complete your focus project for your mandate? Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Pruthi Maharani for your answers.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Thank you so much, FGCP Philippines, for the question. So my plan to actually to mitigate this kind of problem to be happen again is, of course, like in the beginning of my new mandate, if I get elected, I would like to like making a really good proposal about like what is it would be going about our APRO Focus project. I actually have already read some kind of like things that I was gonna do about this kind of team, and also I already searched about like maybe like potential collaboration and something like that, and I actually have some contacts like from the Director of International Affairs of KDCAA, and also the IFPMA also have flagship projects about like a vaccine for our health, in vaccine. There's a lot of kind of flagship projects that could be implemented and also got like adopted to our APRO focus project. So I believe I would try my best to actually like to write down about what am I gonna do before our mandate started. So there is so I will try my best to not making this project will be postponed or something.
Thank you for your answers. Now I would like to assess the floor. If you would like to add 20 minutes into this open discussion, 20 minutes, please go for it. Yes. We see the majority of yes. Now we're adding 20 minutes into the open discussion. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Jose. The floor is yours. 1 minute, please.
Okay, thank you for the question. So for the APRO Focus project, I'm planning to release the call to the member of organization by the end of the first quarter. So on the second quarter, hopefully we can all finalize like which topics each of the member of the organization will be working on. So in the second quarter and the third quarter, the RPO can help workshops and webinars to help you guys to prepare for the APRO Focus project. So before APPS, your proposal and your project plan will be finalized, so you can do your projects in the APPS fully prepared. And by the end of the APPS, you can write a report, and hopefully by the end of the Monday, we can submit the draft article to the FIP journal. Thank you. Passing back to the floor to the chair.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to proceed on with the new comments from FGCPBHI Philippines. All good. We are updating the parliamentary system. Now we have a questions or new comment from Islamabad, Indonesia. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Fabrice Kono from Islamabad, Indonesia. I want to ask what upcoming project or responsibilities are occupying your time in the near future, and besides from APRO, like it might be academic or might be something like that, besides from APRO. That's all. Passing back the floor to the Chair. Thank you.
Thank you for your new comment. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Jose. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the question. So I will be finishing my bachelor program in this July. So I will be moving on to the farming program in 1 year. And besides my academic, I won't be having any organizational activities. Thank you.
Thank you for your answers. Now let's pass the floor to Putri Maharani.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for the question. So for me, this Monday would be like I will be entering my last year of pharmacy, bachelor of pharmacy, and I would be doing my thesis. But I actually have already overcome this to prevent myself to have a lot of like problems about academic. I already searched about mentors, and I already talked about to my lecturer about like my thesis. And actually everything has been done, so it would be run smoothly. And we already talked about the timeline, so I could making sure that in the first beginning of our mandate, I would try to assist all the projects that I would be doing. It's not overlapping with the things that I would be doing to my thesis. And also, other than that, I also currently the vice head of my of innovation and creation in my organization. But it's actually only the really lowest position in my organization. It's only and I only held one project throughout the year. So I could making sure that I would be most of the percentages of my activities is only for RPO.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to our delegate from BMMFFE for the questions. The floor is dropped. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ma'am Cynthia.
Thank you, Chair.
So sorry. Was it 2 questions from Islamabad, Indonesia? You have asked the question, correct? Yes. Parliamentary system updated.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Seriously from answering here. So, the 2 of you have outlined a comprehensive set of ideas and projects. So, to get a sense of your focus, could you share what do you see as a top priority for your initiatives?
Thank you for your comment. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Putri Maharani to answer the questions. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Thank you so much, Ms. India, for the question. So I believe that if under RPO we actually like holding 3 portfolios. So my planning is I'm not going to like only make one of the portfolio to be my top prioritizer, because like I believe that all of the 3 portfolios is really important, and I'm going to like making like all of the 3 portfolios have the same kind of like a number of projects or something like that, so that everyone could also feel the pharmacy education, professional development, public health, and none of them actually like really lack or something like that. So my plan is I'm going to like making a timeline, like each month there is like a different kind of portfolios that the project will be doing. So I'm not going to only prioritize only one portfolio. I'm going to making maximize all the 3 portfolios as well as I can. Thank you. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'll pass the floor to Mr. Jose. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the question. So as my top priority, I would like to establish collaborations between each of the portfolios. As you guys might notice, for each of throughout the years, each portfolio usually like stand alone. So for this minute, I would like to establish collaboration. So for example, we will be tackling one health issue through each of the portfolio's perspective. So in this way, we can see one problem with a different perspective. So every members can see how they can contribute to a specific health kind of issue, which with their own interests. Thank you. So passing the floor back to the chair. Thank you.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to proceed with the next questions. A new comment from BM FFUI. Drop again. Now we would like to proceed with the questions from BM Himafat Unpad Indonesia.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Jenny from Background Unpad. I'd like to ask a question for both of you. So in current IPS competition terms and conditions, it is stated that the evaluation of the competition is conducted by selected judges and the decision is deemed to final and not subject to dispute. My question is, will in your mandate there will be an improvement regarding its score transparency, or it will stay the same? Thank you. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you for your new comments. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Jose. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you for the question. I believe that in terms of scoring from judges, I think that we should respect the judges as their decision is final. But I also believe that transparency of the scoring is also important. So in the next mandate, we will be open if the competition participants want to ask their scoring criteria, we will be happy to share evaluate these scoring so they can evaluate themselves, and you can also gain feedbacks on how they can improve on the next competition. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Putri Maharani. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Thank you so much, from Indonesia, for the question. So I think like for my approach for this kind of question is actually kind of the same with the other nominees. I think we need to respect the judges about their final decision. But like if they do want to really know about their maybe like their scores or something like that about the transparency, I think I would be first thing first before I talk to the judges, I would first like trying to mitigate if like the judges would be like would want to actually reveal all of the scores or something like that. So I don't want to like give that at the end of the competition, because if like one of the judges doesn't want to reveal that, I think it would be not really good for the participants. So I would try to mitigate like in the first thing when I'm selected the judges that I would be assessing to the competition. So I would try my best to find the judges that would be really happy to share the transparency to the participants. Thank you. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you for your answers. Now there's a direct from Matt Cynthia. Matt Cynthia, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Solution from Matt Cynthia. You guys had mentioned about providing the judging criteria after the competition to the participants. However, would you guys be willing to consider to give the judging criteria to the participants before the competition itself, such that the contestants would be able to prepare whatever they have to present or how they will compete in the competition after knowing on what basis they will be judged on? Thank you.
Could you repeat the question one more time?
Considering that giving the judging criteria, considering that he had mentioned that the judging criteria would be given after the competition if the contestants want to know what basis they were judged on, would they be willing to give the judging criteria before the competition, such that the contestants would know on what basis they'll be judged on, so they can prepare based on that?
Thank you for your comments. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Putri Maharani to answer the questions.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Thank you so much, Ms. India, for the direct comment. So for this thing, thank you so much for asking this question, because I actually do realize that there is a need for us to actually reveal about the judging criteria. That's also what I'm planning to do. Like if we're going to have like regional competitions or something like that, I will try my best. No, not I would try my best. I would put the judging criteria from at the call document, because it would be really helpful for our participants to know what they're expecting, to know like what they have supposed to do to submit their answers, and like the competitions that they're assigning to. So I would put the judging criteria and also ask the judges to actually can give this to the participant. Thank you. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you so much for your answer. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Jose. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you for the question. So, So for the judging criteria in the after, so what I meant for the judging criteria after the competition was like a specific like 1, 9, and scoring for each of the aspects. And prior to the competition, we will also be sharing what kind of aspects that we will evaluate on. But unfortunately, I think that it will be better for us, the community, to not share like what kind of parameters do each participant, like how do participants get a 9, a 10, or an 8 specifically, but we will be sharing on what kind of aspects that we will be evaluating on every judging criteria. Thank you. Passing the floor back to the chair.
Thank you so much. I'd like to remind the floor one more time. When you receive the floor from the chairperson, please really mention your name, your business, and the organization you're from. And once you say thank you, that's considered passing the floor back to the chair as well. Now I would like to move forward with the new comment from Enzapso New Zealand. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Mary Minogue, Enzapso New Zealand. I would like to direct this comment about subcommittees. As part of your role as our RPO is organizing your subcommittee and also delegating roles. Do you have any plans specifically on how you do this fairly and to make sure that all workload is distributed evenly again amongst all subcommittee members? Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Now I would like to pass the floor to Mr. Jose. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you for the question. I'm Jose, and I'm for the next RPO. So to ensure that equal distributions on the workload for the subcommittees and subcoordinators, I would like to have a meeting with the subcoordinators prior to them having a meeting from these subcommittees, so I can know what they are going to do and how they are going to how they are going to distribute their tasks to the subcommittee. So I will be assessing the fairness on task distributions on that meeting. So and that way that I can ensure that for the task distribution it will be fair on the subcommittee meeting. Passing the floor back to the chair. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Putri Maharani. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Thank you so much, and also in New Zealand for the question. So my plan for this kind of question is actually the first thing that I would like to do is also saying like talking to the subcoordinators to actually like assessing about like what kind of projects that we would have to know that we would have, and also like trying to point out about like each project like have like how many workloads. And then after that, I'm trying to tell the subcoordinators to actually have a meeting to each subcommittees, or like maybe like a whole subcommittees to talk about like maybe like their timeline, also like their busyness, or maybe like anything like that, so that we can assure that even if we try to making sure that there is a fair task distribution, but we also need to making sure that the subcommittee could actually do the task that is distributed to them, because like everyone has a different timeline, everyone has a different business. So other than I'm trying to make a fair task distribution, I would also try to reach out the subcommittees to making sure that they could do, and they could also
thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to new comments. It's from the MFF Lumiere. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you for the floor, Chair. I'm Lakshmi from the Bank of Indonesia. I would like to ask how you keep updated with developments and trends that are going on around the world, especially in healthcare topics, so that you can implement them for your future projects or for the new project if it's possible. Thank you. Giving the floor back to the Chair.
Thank you for your comment. Now I would like to pass the floor to Ms. Putri Maharani. The floor is yours. Just to one more time, just to remind the nominee that please say your name and say your nominee. So for instance, if it's non-trade nominee, and answer your question. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Putri nominees. So thank you so much, I have you for the question. So for this kind of question, the thing that I would like to do to making sure that that not only me but also all of the subcommittees and also coordinator keep updated with like the latest information about the health things going on like in the whole world is the first thing that we would like to do is actually like evaluating and also like reading about the program agenda by WHO, because like each year they have their own agenda, so we're trying our best to follow the agenda that they have like published to the public. And other than that, we would also try our best to not only limit ourselves to the project that we already planned in the beginning of the mandate, we would also try our best if there is kind of modification, because like there is like a current health situations that need to be assessed. We are trying our best to making sure that we could make another project, or maybe trying to change the theme of the project that we are planning to like the current health situation.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Jose. The floor is yours.
Thank you for the question, Jose, nominee. So I think like to get update, to keep update on the topics that will be interesting for the project as a project material, I would like to keep updated with WHO agenda and also information, and I also keep a deep connection with the IPSF Global coordinators and also FIP. So in that way, I can keep updated with the information, the latest information, and to know what kind of topics that will be interesting for our APRO projects. Thank you.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to a comment from IPSF Indonesia. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm Firman from IPSF Indonesia. I saw a lot of things that need to do in the RPO. So, can you elaborate more? How's your timeline between the projects? I think that's all. Thank you.
Thank you for your questions. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Mr. Jose. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you for your question, Jose nominee. So for the timeline for the project, I'm planning to have one big project every 2 months, so we can ensure a good preparation for each of the projects. And usually by January, which is usually the winter break for every university, we'll be having a big project where 3 portfolios can work together to make a big project. So and continuing on with the same schedule, like one big project every 2 months, so we can ensure preparedness, and we can also maximize the time of the winter break, so to maximize participants from all the member organization. Thank you.
Thank you for your answer. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Putri Maharani. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Putri nominee. Thank you so much for Indonesia for the question. So my plan to making sure that all of the projects could be done really smoothly is the first thing that I would do, because like the first thing I would do is like making a clear timeline like in every month about like not only about the projects but also about like the things that we need to do between the projects within the projects. Example, if we need to maybe like make a proposal or something like that, so I will try to making timeline not only for about the projects but also about the things that we need to do. And also, I already mentioned that I'm trying my best to have like one project each month, but like especially for the World Health campaign in the public health. So I'm not going to say that I'm going to make project only for like 2 months or something like that, because we have like the World Health Commemoration Day. So I will try to foster the public health first, because like it is like each month. But like for the big project, I will try to make maybe like two months like one project, or like 3 months one project. I will try to assess this more if I got elected, so that there is no overlapping.
Thank you for your answers. Now I'd like to pass the floor to IPSF New Zealand for your questions. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. I'm very much from IPSF New Zealand. I would just like to question if you have any plans to put in any safeguards to prevent any plagiarism in the competitions. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Now I'd like to pass the floor to Ms. Putri Maharani. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Chair, for the floor. Thank you so much. Putri nominee, thank you so much, and Substitute Reserve for the question. This is honestly a really great question because I never thought about this before. But I think it would be really great for us if we could like mitigate this kind of plagiarism, like in the very first time when we were like when we are like publishing the call documents. So we try our best to making sure that to hide like about the plagiarism and also to tell the judges about like to not only see about like the things that they put on the thing that they are submitted, but also to check about the plagiarism and something like that. So we could making sure that the winner is really fair and there's no one will be hurted about the announcement that we will bring. Thank you. Passing the floor back to you.
Thank you for your answers. Now we are updating the parliamentary system. Sorry, we are passing the floor to Jose. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you for the question, Jose Mauni. So first things first, in higher risk competitions such as the literature competition, in the call we will be highlighting the prohibition of plagiarism, and we will be disqualifying the participants if we found any plagiarism. But as an additional strategies to prevent plagiarism, I think that we can make like specific topics so it will be hard to find plagiarism material. Thank you.
Thank you for your answers. Now 20 minutes has been over. I would like to assess the floor if you would like an extra 10 minutes to ask the questions. If yes, please throw green, and if no, please throw red. 10 minutes. We have no. Now we are proceeding to asking if you would like to add 5 minutes. We have 1 yes, 2 yes. Okay, majority no. I'm just going to ask one last time. Would you like to add 2 more minutes? I love the way you all hold the no. Now we are proceeding to closing the open discussion. We would like to screen here, Rihanna, to take the nominee to first floor.